Hey Saberland, how's it going? This is Rob with the Rock Sabers coming to you with a video breakdown of the Legacy hilt. Many of you have seen the progress of how this hilt came to be and the machining and install and all that good stuff. But here is the breakdown of everything that has gone into it. So this hilt is based off of the Graflex shell you can see right here. So we have a Graflex 2.0 shell, we have a Graflex clamp card, and then we have a Graflex 2.0 core, and it's been machined by myself. And I have a crystal chamber in here on both sides. So originally this comes with one open slot right here, and I figured I'd go ahead and use that to my advantage and make a crystal chamber in there for it. And then I did a 180 and machined this side to have the crystal reveal on both ends. So going back from top to bottom, uh, all the brass accents you see on here, from the little gribblies to the glass eye, even the blade plug, which I'll get to that in a moment, um, down to the choke coupler for the body and the pommel. Those are all have been made by myself or machined by me in order to fit this hilt. And even the body's made of aluminum. Let's see what else we have in here. So that's pretty much it. I did some heat staining just to give it a little more realistic look. The heat from the blade igniting and causing that to turn that color, which looks really nice, gives a nice little touch. And then to the brass gribblies, all have been replaced from the original screws and everything that it originally comes with. Then it has a V2 clamp card from the Luke Hero. And going back to that, the blade plug is actually Luke V2 emitters, you can see right there. A nice little Easter egg I threw in there for those that recognize it. And so that's the outside right there. Pretty simple. It's not a very big hilt. Like, my hands aren't that large, but it's a good size hilt. It's not too big, not too small. Now I will say this: with all the brass, it does make it heavy, which is fine though. I really like how the brass accents look on this, so it's a small price to pay. Um, all right, let's get on to the inside. So the inside, um, this was my first metal chassis design, and well, this is actually just a metal sleeve for the chassis, and I like how it turned out. I'm sure I could have gone a lot more detailed and probably better machining of it, but it was my first one, so I wasn't really worried about it. I just wanted it to look nice and fit, which it does. I'm really happy with it. I learned a lot from doing it, so the next one I do will be a lot better. It has a speaker pod running a. This is a brass sleeve or a spacer. It's running a 28 millimeter Smuggler's Outpost speaker. It has a micro DIN connector. The Smuggler Outpost Elite speakers are by far my favorite. I highly recommend them. These are the only speakers I use. The sound quality is superb. I run it at volume 60. That's how loud it is. Um, it also depends on your sound resonance. If you get good sound resonance in your build, your speakers is gonna sound amazing. And usually when I design, or not usually, but all the time when I design my chassis and my hilts, if the space allows for it, I totally optimize for good sound resonance from not only the chassis, and if I use a sleeve, or to the pommel as well. To me, that's very important. You get really good sound quality. It's really loud without having to have the volume all the way up. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's get to the inside of what's under this. So let's go ahead and remove this. I use a retention screw to hold the sleeve because I don't want this sliding around and for the LEDs. That's the only reason it's there, is just to make sure it's aligned with the LEDs. And then there it is, running 18650 lithium battery, fully removable. Spring side is negative side always, as Jeremy likes to remind people. I guess he's had issues with folks putting it in this way. Don't do that. Luckily with TFX, I believe they have a polarity fail safe. So I don't want to test it. I don't want to find out. So I'm not even going to try it. But spring side is always your negative side. So don't forget that, kids. And there's the CFX soundboard. Nice clean install. No wires. That's what you want to aim for. You know, I personally recommend whenever you do your installs, if at all possible, avoid showing any wiring. Keep it nice and clean. Customers appreciate that. And then here is my LED strip. And then, so the chassis is actually all one piece and it runs all the way up to the top. So the chassis is also holding the crystal chamber, brass and quartz. It's also holding the pixel PCB that runs to about right here. I made it short just to give me some nice blade depth. I don't want to have a short blade depth to like right here. I wanted to have like maybe an extra inch, and that worked out perfect. And then let's see what else. So, oh, also right here, I added a very thin brass sheet, just to give it some nice contrast. You can see it right there in the window of the clamp, and it's on this side as well. I thought that was a nice little detail to sneak in there. Not very noticeable, but when you see it, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And there it is. Those are the internals. All right, let's put it back together and turn it on. Okay, make sure that's aligned. Tighten it up. Don't got to go too tight. Just a nice little snug fit, and it's good to go. Put the speaker pod back in. And then here comes the body. All right, there it is. The Legacy. Oh, it was already on. Might not have put the speaker on, right? Yep, sure did it. Gotta snug it up. Alright, so
There can only be two.
nice and loud. Pretty loud, and that's at 60. So you may notice that it's loud or may not. In person, it's loud. So I leave it at 60. 60 is good enough for me. But there it is. There is the Legacy hilt. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, by all means, just go and leave them in the comments and I will address them. And there it is. Thanks for watching, and may the force be with you.